Hi, this is Guthrie at 1057 Aurora Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98133. I'm in Unit 329. There's a storage room that I have used to terrorize me. It's a janitor's room. Behind the sink stretches, I think, from the refrigerator. That's a bunch of scented oils on there, in case you wonder, and herbs. And then here, and I've got something new to tell you, actually. I hope I don't get sick. Water, and I want to explain about the water. Now, there was activity in Mr. yesterday, but this messy bathroom, this is also where the bum hang out. It wouldn't fall because this is too shallow right here. It's too shallow, sorry about my fingers. And actually be behind the wall. You can hear some people, but I went to yesterday in the U District, and the held my water for a short time, and I didn't want to be. I did notice that somebody made a weird remark about heroin, Goodwill, in the U District, and I just opened my water, drank some without smelling it, and I'm like, gee, that smells funny. It smells sort of like, and it was water that they had diluted. Volunteer Elizabeth. My water that I had actually Goodwill hold this bag yesterday, and this they had a few, and there was quite a lot of gang activity in the area, and an odd in the store with the satanic zombie and the blood take over everywhere. But anyway, my water just reeked of a bleach or something, but I took quite a gulp before noticing. Doesn't smell or taste like bleach, and I had filled the home, but like I said, the other one had up to here water, so I didn't want to throw it away, so I transported it. Had the female front desk area of Goodwill hold on to the water for me. And I've been endangered in stores, by the way, because everybody was psychotic and absolutely inferior too when I woke up, because dead for 12 minutes, and they're gang members, and I can't tell how many conspiracies have occurred, like, oh, we want Lisa Guthrie because she wanted it in 6 states. Was I? No. We are here to arrest her because we're hazmat, and oh, and by the way, not ever. Never. They're a bunch of psychotic retards. I can't tell you how many psychotic retards have to those belief systems. Or, they're already inducted, so it's like, one more brainless theory or conspiracy theory. All kids will believe it. She's the shoplifter, and it's a guy filling his pockets down the aisle. So that water definitely smelled funny. It was diluted, but see, I probably wasn't looking at water or smelling the water, and I was itching anyway. I filled this jug and also the other jug. When I filled this jug, I wasn't paying attention. So I just simply poured water on top of it. I actually had to call some stores and tell them, if somebody says, here to arrest Lisa Guthrie, they're her abused boyfriend, she's molested their children, sold there are no children. I've never even had a child. So, favorite activities by gang members is producing false evidence, including in this world and the spirit world. Head and chest chakra taken. Yes, there was a I believe, at the Goodwill disc yesterday. Now, I had my water close to me most of the time, so I don't think anybody at Elizabeth Gregory home would have had access to my water yesterday. I mean, because at the most, I went down the hall away from my bag, and then, but any of these idiots running around portraying themselves, excuse me, I've experienced this for 13 years now. Supply that burned me, and then calling themselves, like I said. Oh my God. So everybody in the U.S. is pretty much a retarded psychotic zombie. So I said, there was some gang activity. I was sort of hearing things yesterday, and then there's a black guy. He was in sort of a multicolored outfit, like a shirt. He said, "I'm following you." What is this? I'm just looking at some thing. Just looking at something on the, it's a key, but it doesn't show which one it is. Taking my stomach medication. It's attack and hit. Why cannibal zombies of the U.S., satanic zombies, continue to take chakra, fraud, and Satan gave them a challenge, and he taught you take something, you can pretend it's them, and then you can times and it's a satanic principle of dishonor. Now I'm going to go soon so I can have some prayer, and but I just wanted to mention the water today. And remember, Thursday ago, I reported on a meth lab, and everybody seems to act in tandem in the U.S., including they will contact each other on a zombie network, whether you believe it or not, via ESP, and commit crimes. And social networking is not hard range targeting someone. You have like the bum that came into the store and with his colored shirt looked like a quilt or something, I think, if I recall. That's a pop print ball. Maybe it's, and by the way, my back was blown out just now by a bum. And bum in the actual room that you're hearing, he should be in there. And I assure you, even if you say, well, that's the janitor. Well, the janitor doesn't insist beings at a time. There is no real crew that would hang out in the dirty bum. It might be guards they have access to. There are a lot of crazed security guards in the U.S. that like to pretend, and what they are, you can guarantee they're involved. You can absolutely guarantee that they're involved with the gang member. I'm trying to recognize the voice. It also could be someone here. But he's trying to talk to me in a voice that's intimidating. And 10507 Aurora, Seattle, Washington, 998. And my unit is, and these bums with the management want to save. They're all, and I've been no one for 13 years. And the other things they've done to me is sprinkle me with glass wherever I've gone, and gone to tried to harass me at stores by pretending I was a shop. And guarantee it's usually a shop. And I said that I was wanted. They're all bombs. So what I think yesterday is a psychotic bum got to another psychotic bum Goodwill desk. I would advise not leaving anything open in any stores if you know if same thing happening. You check in just liquids with even your powders. Some stores they will check how dumb was I. I'll just take it with me and say you can check it on the way out. But it smelled like a pool, and I took quite a drink of it. But a nasty pool, a pool I've smelled when people are making meth too. Not a swimming pool, but it's. Oh, and if you're wondering what all this stuff is on the table, I have to take my stuff with me because I was here about 3 days and I realized people were entering the apartment. You could say she's crazy. What about my hands? I don't have a tag layout. It's actually worse looking in the light. There you go. And they were, the bums were bragging that I'd be bleached. What is, I burned myself, which should look like the darkened areas. Slightly burned, and then like this, and slightly burned. It would have been brown and then faded. But this turned bleached white coloration. head, and then there's a zombie in plane. And what I like to do usually is also record the audio of what's out. That way you can hear the bums that are threatening me at 10507 Aurora Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98133. And just know that some of them are actually the managers or front desk people from downstairs that stand in the bathroom wall masturbating and make threats. In fact, there's one that was handpicked, the most iconic rapist type male from recovery, tall black guy, and he absolutely is here working his keys. But there's nobody else to save. I'm pretty much the only non-zombie. There was a rape reported in the same buildings, assessing. By the way, it was a white person at the counter yesterday. Yeah, just leave your stuff with people, I suppose. But I can't think my water would have tasted so bad. I didn't run the water from the tier, which always tastes like. I have to bring in my own water, gallons and gallons. And they've tried to make it every location. They play all, and they've taken a lot of head, and the bums are playing Junned. They like to use code over and over, like they're, and a prostitute and a bum, they're chanting Junned in the station, which that does include apartments. I think that was a male. And one of the whores is talking about substitute. What they like to do, some victims, and they've done, is to make the victim as unrecognizable as possible. And then somebody just blew out my chakra area uterus. It was quite a blowout of people. I call it a blowout. Times 2. People, excuse me, what I will end up doing is probably signing off so I can pray and also curse people. You could hardly call them people anymore. And a bum and abortion create a false sense of relationship. Also for 13 years, they raped me, and it's the done this. They've gotten in with her, and they've gotten, obviously, one of the lords, and they've threatening me. She's a dirty, stinking whore, it's guaranteed. And he's a bum there. A return bum. Cards that can do the crime or criminal at town at the Pike Place Market area. A building called they're all blood. I believe the security guards are bloods as well. The bloods try to run everything in this area, and when I went up Meyer, I get a detector, which you're looking at. It's a pretty good thing because you can set it right down, and you can set down the other part too, which is sort of it's a bums are getting agitated. They think that they're going to mental hospital and threaten to chop through this place. Paranormal aspect to the whole thing, plus ruin, and then you have the fact that and they are and there was a quite a prevalent mushroom smell yesterday. So the bloods were quite eager to dispose of in some manner, and weekend and mushrooms in a pot. North Seattle, Washington, 98133, and I'm going to actually record audio. There's usually people hanging out in the quote empty storage room, janitor room, and it's not empty. I just have spirit. I see them too. So I actually, on the titles from now on, I think it should actually state that there will be EVP and parent. I captured someone when I was asleep here. Those who would like to speak on cam. So anyway, what I'm going to do, this in the bathroom, out, obviously broadcasting, especially the US, we're human zombies. And one of the morons is making a menacing sort of threat, and he's using